It's podcast time. The Ben Herrera and Starlito Show. A Black River Studios podcast. Enjoy the show.
What up, everybody? Good evening, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you for enjoying this great weather with us here at Black River. Oh, I forgot that thing was moving. Scared me for a second. We got Starlito right over here, and we'll just give him a little hey.
What's up, everybody?
What up, everybody? And tonight we're going to be talking about a few topics that I thought of. I found out things that I thought would be cool to talk about. So let's get with the show. So one topic that I wanted to talk about is AI. AI, there's a lot of programs and things that talk about, or not talk about, but you post videos or you see them on TikTok, you see them on Facebook, whatever it is. And sometimes you want to look at them and think, is that even real? Is that,
most of AI isn't real.
Right.
It's all made up stuff, especially with TikTok right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you go on TikTok, you'll see a bunch of Trump things about driving without a license, stimulus check, all this other stuff that it's not true.
Right.
Rules and laws still apply.
Right. Sorry. So, if anybody ever really look at, like the AI stuff and sit here and think like, I'm going to look this up and see if it's even real. Because there was one that Marcos shared earlier about that license one, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, that looks fake.
It was.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm sitting there, I was like, wait a minute.
No way.
Yeah.
No way the state or the city or the government are going to allow people to drive without a license.
Exactly. That's what I thought was like, wait a minute, where'd that come from?
What do you think pays the bills for the cops?
Right.
And their buildings?
Yeah,
Thousands.
so I thought I moved it back, but
I mean, it's ridiculous.
yeah, so there's a lot of stories out there that or videos that people post, and it's like, is that even real? Or how was that real? So to me, it's like, I don't think it's real. To me, it's almost like, how in the world is that even, like, when you see like pictures of like these, aliens, like space aliens walking around, and I'm sitting here like, there's no way that's real. So to me, it's like, that doesn't make no sense to me. So has anybody ever had a situation like that where this video is fake? Have you ever had
most of what you see on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, they're mostly fake. So
hold on, let me turn this
that
down.
kind of answers your question. That's what AI is. It's to cover up what is real.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So that literally made me think like, there's got to be a lot of people posting all this fake stuff, and that's what people get mad too. Is like these Trump ones. People are like, "Oh, there's no way that's real. There's no way that has to be fake." But yet people are posting it, pissing people off, things of that nature.
Well, that's what the government wants. They're using platforms to spread lies to get the focus off of what's really happening.
Right. Exactly. So a lot of it is like, there's no way that's real. And that's what AI does, is it creates fake videos, fake stories that people are going to sit here and they know people are going to share them just to piss people off.
Mm-hmm.
And look what happens is,
that's how they
especially with Trump ones.
That's how they divide the Democrats and the Republicans and the sheep to the, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's how they separate people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they want. They want division because then they stay in control.
Exactly. So what do you guys think about that? Let us know. And then again, we're going to talk about different topics, and anything that you guys want to throw out there, just go ahead and do it. Another thing that, because I was looking up old pictures of Holland from the 1970s, and if we got anybody, is it me or is it hot in here?
It's getting pretty warm.
Sorry. So yeah, definitely, anybody that's living in the 70s or that's lived in the 70s here in Holland, if there's stories or anything that you remember, places that you remember, let us know, because there's a lot of things that I was like, the heck, I don't even remember that.
Well, as I told you before, on 8th and Pine, right where that little statue where that police station is.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so way back in the 70s, 80s, early 80s, it was called Bill's Gas Station.
Yes. Oh, I did see that. I did see a picture about that.
It was a two garage thing with a little area,
like gas pump.
2 gas pumps.
Okay.
The only reason I knew that is because my grandfather used to take me there all the time.
Oh, really?
Every time he needed gas or check the oil, John would actually come out and check everything for him, clean his windshields and everything else. So
That's
that was
cool.
pretty cool.
The one that I remember is the one on, obviously, the Clark gas station on 8th, across the street from the...
I totally forgot about that one until you brought it up. I'm like, oh, crap, I remember that.
Yep, there was that one on River, or not River, 8th and basically right across the street from where the post office is now.
Well, that would be
like diagonal across the
Lincoln.
street. Yeah. Wait, what?
It's Lincoln and 8th.
Well, yeah, before all that. Yep.
Yeah.
There was another one that I remember. Obviously, let's see, what was that other one? Oh, the one on up by the hospital, the Clark up by the hospital.
Oh, Clark's was 28th in Michigan.
Yeah. And apparently there was a Kroger's, which I kind of remember, but then I didn't remember that
I don't even remember.
was a Kroger, where AutoZone is now. If anybody remembers that one.
AutoZone where? They're going to be which AutoZone? There's tons.
Oh, the one on Michigan. Michigan and 32nd. Well,
I really don't remember.
it's more on the corner of... What the heck street is that? Pine? Or Maple? The Maple and 32nd. Because it's closer to Maple.
Okay.
Let's see. Another one was, let's see. Oh, I don't remember a gas station being, well, because it was probably gone before we were born, but apparently there was a gas station on the corner of 32nd and Washington where the current building that houses, what's that taco place called? By China Inn, like right next to where Baja Grill. Where Baja Grill is now, I guess, oops, there used to be, I hit my camera. There used to be a gas station right there. I think it was a mobile gas station. Which is crazy, but do you remember that building that was across the street from there? I think at one point it was a State Farm, I think it used to be in there.
I thought it was a dentist office.
Was it a dentist? Or it could be either one. But I remember that. I remember that being there. It's just, it's crazy because I'm like, a lot of the stories that I hear, a lot of the pictures actually that I saw, obviously is on the Facebook page of Remembering Holland. And even like pictures like this, like there was pictures of when the channel was being redone and being put to what it looks like today.
Do you remember the bridge on River before they remade that? It was a 2-lane bridge.
I think so. I think I do. Well, I don't know about the 2-lane part, but I remember before they remodeled it. Or
it was a 2-way, sorry.
I remember before they expanded. How it is now. But because I think there used to be, because I thought it was 4 lanes both ways for a while. I said 4 lanes, 4 lanes, the way it is now. But obviously,
it was 2 ways. And
older.
Then later on, they made it 4, and then all of a sudden it's like
5. Yeah, I don't remember that one. Because I remember we grew up on. Well, not grew up, but I lived on 15th and Central, 9th, let's see, and then basically the rest of our lives we grew up on Central until we moved. So it was like basically how it is now. So yeah. So another thing that I want to talk about is any date horror stories, first date actually, that you remember growing up, that or even recently that you remember that turned out to be horrific, and you were like, "I'm glad that date's over." Did you want to share one?
I'm just gonna sit, but I'm gonna make a long story short.
She stunk.
Yes. Yes. I kicked her out.
Okay, well that's good enough.
Why she's stinking? I kicked her out.
All right, we'll leave it at that then, because that sounds gross already. Just kidding.
You weren't there to smell it. Trust me.
Right. But yeah,
That is messed up, bro.
what up, John? What's going on? Or Jason, sorry. Jason Sanchez is watching. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in.
What's up, Jason?
One thing that I do remember wasn't really a horror. I mean, not horror story, but a horror date. Was a horror for a date. No, it was more like I used to date this one girl, and I don't know. It was more of trying to think how that would have happened. So back in the day, you know how you would just, kiss and go like that. You would kiss.
That's called a peck.
A peck. Well, back in those days, because back in this time frame, I didn't really do the French kiss because I wasn't. I didn't know how. I didn't know how. I wasn't doing that stuff. And so I went to go kiss my girlfriend at the time, and she started doing that, and I'm going up to her like, all I felt was her tongue.
Oh God!
And I was like, "Whoa, what the heck are you doing?" French kiss. I was like, "Oh, well, I've never done that before. So, well, how am I supposed to do this?" And so she taught me how to do it, and everything was good. That was the first time I ever did a French kiss with a girl, with my girlfriend at the time, whatever a girl that it was. I've never done that before, so yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
I can just
picture me.
Just kidding. These people like but yeah, there's plenty of dates that went on that I should have ghosted, but never did.
You ghosted her?
I should have.
And then you went back out with her? The stinky one?
No, I said there's a lot of dates that I shouldn't have gone.
Okay.
I should have ghosted.
Right. All right, I get that, because there's been times where I thought, you know what, I really don't want to go on this date. But I did anyways. I feel you on that one. I hear you.
I mean, back in the day, it was not like we had cell phones.
Right.
We had landlines, so if they left, you couldn't call them.
Yeah, so they were already pretty much on their way there.
Mm-hmm.
To either meet with you, pick you up, or you go when. Well, that's the thing too, is like back in the day, depending on what year it was, if you were going on a date with somebody and you went to go pick them up, or you told them, hey, I'll meet you over there or whatever, you couldn't break it. You couldn't end it because you had to wait to see them to end the date. Because back then we couldn't, like you said, we couldn't text them and call them and be like, you know what, never mind. But yeah. So that's something that a lot of people, I'm pretty sure, have had situations where they're like, that was a horrible date, and I'm glad it's over with.
So you're lying.
And again, today is, look at that sunset. Look how cool that looks. That's actually, like we said, this is live right now. This is Holland State Park looking west. The lighthouse is behind. So enjoy it, because see, and this is what people don't realize too about Holland area is, going back to the Holland stories, is that look what we got.
One point in time, we did have a roller coaster.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. We did all kinds of, like, it looked like Coney Island.
Yeah, we did. We had that here in Holland at one point. I actually saw a picture where there used to be, okay, if anybody knows where Sanctuary Woods is, there used to be a kind of like a You know how like when you go to like a ski lodge or something and you had the lifts, it was kind of like that, but you would sit on it and it would take you up these tracks up to the top of where what's it called, Sanctuary Woods is. Instead of climbing those stairs, they had that, and you can.
For the lazy people like me.
Like me, yep. I would definitely not climb them damn stairs. I remember going up them stairs one time, and I was out there by myself, and I thought I was going to have a freaking heart attack.
Well, I think according to Holland Historic, underneath all of that, completely under that, is Singapore.
Yep.
All
the way down to Saugatuck.
A whole different town.
Yep, all the way down to Saugatuck, about just north of Saugatuck.
Then a big old sandstorm happened and covered everything.
Yep, and it was supposed to be like a big lumber town, and if we could, and if they would allow us, because they don't allow people to mess with the dunes anymore, but if we could, I would go out there and start digging. If it didn't trap me.
You know how far down there are? I mean,
I'm sure they're hidden for 100 years. Because it's been over 100 years since that happened. So it's like, it's crazy. Because, you sit and you think and you're walking on all these buildings. Like there's buildings below where you're walking.
I'm sure Dorothy's still looking for Antium.
Yeah.
What's up, Nick?
What up, Nick? Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, I think what's it called? I think for example, the Singapore town is buried underneath all them sand dunes that are out there. And if you can ever get a chance to go out there and even try to find it, it'll take you. You'll probably end up getting buried under the sand. That's how far down it is. Because unless you want to die, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
One crazy topic or fact actually that I read today is July 2nd, which is today, is literally the midpoint between 2000 and 2015. 50. Jeez Louise.
Do you need sleep?
I think so.
I do too. It's been one of those days.
It's one of those days. I feel like I'm having what do you call it? I feel jittery. I think I've been drinking too much pop. But it is. It's between the year 2000 and 2050. We're closer to 2050. How does that make you feel old? What do you think about that? I mean, yeah, we're almost in our 50s. But back in, I want to say 1989 when we were in elementary school.
Oh my God.
I remember, I don't think I did the project, but I remember other people talking about it. And they were doing a project about the year 2000 and things like that. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, dang, that's a long time from now.
1989, I remember Park Theater being a dance club for teens.
What? Excuse me. What was it called?
Park Theater.
Oh, they didn't have a different name for it. Oh.
Park Theater, but it was a club that they turned it into a dance club for teens.
Oh, that's weird.
So the teens had something to do.
I don't even remember that.
It was Mike Bellerman, Jamie Nash. I know there's one other person. Greg Vallis. Gregory Vallis.
What up, Nick? Yeah, I don't remember any of that.
Yeah, they were all there.
I remember what was it called?
Vertigo.
Vertigo? Yeah, I remember that one. I never went to it. I just remember hearing about it.
Escape.
But Escape. Oh yeah, that was the other one. Escape. That's the one I remember. I mean, I remember both of them, but Escape, I remember that one the most. Because that was what, early 90s, late 80s, early 90s?
That was early
something
90s.
like that. That's what I thought. But that's, I mean, it's just to sit and think about, all these years. Like, literally, I remember I was in Kentucky, actually, when it turned to the year 2000. And to sit here and think, like, damn, 25 years later, that was 25 freaking years ago.
You're old.
That's freaking insane. Because I remember I turned, 21 in the year 2000. So add 25 to it, and I'll be 46 this year. Relax. Just kidding. But just to think, like, because we were supposed to go to a casino that night, and we never did. That would have been the first time I ever went to a casino. And so, yeah, that's crazy. 25 freaking years ago.
Man, my 21st birthday I spent at the back door.
The back door, was it? Oh, Lincoln?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I remember that. I mean, I never...
Back door and long necks.
Long necks. Oh, that was the other building that I remember finding was that Holiday Inn that was on 32nd and the 31, US 31. That was another one that I actually remember going there for something. I don't know if it was a birthday party or something.
Buying drugs, or you're looking for
Something.
a
I guess so. I got to get used to this mic being right next to me because I'm trying something new. But because I can't move my hands. I'm just kidding. That's actually, I wish I had another one of those, but the one I had broke. So now I got to find another option, which is this. So
you could have put it higher and bent it down, but you didn't.
You know what?
Don't
It's true.
start doing
No, I'm not. I was looking at it because I was like, you know what? I don't know if I could. Yeah, I can hire it. Well, what is this?
Ben,
What is this for?
for the wire, to clip the wire.
Oh. That's right. But, so yeah, I mean, today's just a laid back night. I'm just going to do a quick 30-minute show. This was pretty much what we were doing today. So, if anybody has anything they want to talk about, go ahead and throw it in there. But before that, we're going to go to our sponsor video. We'll be right back.
Southside Cuts, located at 375 Columbia Avenue, right here in Holland. They are open weekly from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call them at 616-836-7502. If your business is looking to become a sponsor, don't hesitate to call us at 616-405-0542 or 616-850-4819.
Oh, hi. Welcome back to the show. This is the Ben Herrera and Starlito show. Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got Starlito and me. No, I'm just kidding.
We're just kicking back today.
Just chilling tonight. Just like I said, we're just doing a quick 30-minute show. Nothing too exciting tonight. Just a couple topics that we wanted to throw out there. Again, if you have anything to talk about, go ahead and throw it out there before we log out. Because
Actually, I do.
Oh,
I wasn't going to say anything. Don't put it on me.
oh, okay.
I wasn't going to say anything, but it's really bugging me.
Mm-hmm.
This whole week, I've been helping people. Last night, the day before that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm supposed to help a person tonight. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm getting tired of people coming to ask for help, and I go out of my way to help them. And when they find out that there's rules and there's regulations or things you can and cannot do,
Mm-hmm. Right.
they end up leaving, and they end up calling and saying, well, I didn't like it there, and I didn't want to do that, and they can't make me stop smoking, and they can't do this, and they can't do that. It's rules.
That's the reason why you need help. Or that could be a reason too.
You know, and if you allow people to...
What up, Lisa?
If you have people to dictate how you live, dictate what you do, dictate how you know, if they're going to be controlling, they shouldn't be.
Exactly.
Because you're the one who needs help. I'm trying to get you help. I send you to the people to get help. If you're going to disrespect them and you're going to treat them badly and you're not going to listen, you know what? I'm good.
Right.
Like, I gave you everything right there in your hands and feet.
Right.
And you went and disrespected the person. Like, that's like a slap to me. A slap to the face.
It is. It is majorly.
So it's like,
it's not fair that you.
You know, I went out of my way to help these guys, and you know what I mean? It's just like, come on, man. Mm. You asked for help. I'm giving you the help that you need.
Right.
And because there's rules, or it's because you feel uncomfortable, or because it's not your style, or because you can't smoke, or you can't do this, or there's a curfew.
Exactly, Lisa.
You know, we as people that help other people, we have rules too. We have laws and rules that we have to follow. If we don't do that, we lose our license.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Things that we do is because the state of Michigan helps with, resources. Contacts us through email to tell us what resources are available.
Exactly.
So when we go and we contact either the facility, or we contact another pastor that's next to the facility, they can help. But then you go over there and go, well, I'm not comfortable. I don't want to do that. That's too far. I can't do this. I can't do that. You know what? Then you really don't want help.
Right.
Especially when you got somebody dictating how you live your life.
And that's the thing is, like, people need to realize that. People don't see, and that's the thing is, you feel like people are sitting and asking for help. They, they go through all these places, and finally, when you find somebody that's helping them,
You shit on them.
they're like, yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. It's like, why are you even asking for help if you're not going to use it? That makes no sense. I mean, if you need help, there's no shame in asking for help.
There's programs that you have to follow to get the help. But they do that because it eliminates the people who are just doing it to take advantage of them.
Exactly.
Okay? Or take advantage of the person. That's why there's rules that we have to follow, so we don't get taken advantage of.
Exactly. There you go.
Okay? So, I will listen to your story. I will give you the best advice I can. I will help you and guide you to where you need to go. That's as far as mine and your relationship in that time. There's where it ends.
Right.
As soon as I deliver you to that person, I'm done. My job was to deliver you. That's
Exactly.
it. Okay? But
Simple
then you
as
go
that.
and disrespect the person, you don't listen, and you create mayhem for what?
Exactly. For no reason. It's like there's places that, like we said, for example, there's a city mission. There's other places.
Hang on. I've been homeless.
Oh, yes.
Okay? I've been homeless. So in the factor of people who are like, well, the city mission, the women's mission, blah, blah, blah. They have rules and regulations. However, men's mission are a little different because men are more aggressive, men are more alcoholics, drug addicts, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And they try to do more damage than good. So the city missions are more strict.
Yeah.
And so people don't want to follow rules. They don't want to follow whatever. But again, I have dealt with the staff at the mission, and they're mean.
Right.
They don't know your story. They don't know what you've been through, but they just talk down to you. They don't talk at you. You know what I mean? When I went there to, see if I can get a bed, I just walked in. I went to the counter. They're like, "What do you want?" "I'm busy." Oh, okay.
That's weird. You would think they'd be more sympathetic to what's going on, because you're there for a reason, obviously.
They're not there to help people. They're there for a paycheck.
True.
Some are volunteers, but yet people who are getting paid are dictating how you respond to other people.
Yeah, that makes them think that they can treat people however they feel like, and that shouldn't be it. It's because people realize they want help, but they aren't ready for the help they need.
No.
Exactly. Hola, babe. She's calling me babe again.
So anyway, it's just upsetting because we go out of our way to help people, just for them to shit on the programs, and then all of a sudden you click on the screen and you see them bad talking people.
Right.
And it's like they tried to help you.
Exactly. It's like
you allowed somebody to dictate your decision. You allowed somebody to dictate where you went and where where you're supposed to go.
Right.
And then you found out there was rules. You didn't want to go to the rules.
You didn't want to do that.
You didn't want to follow protocol. But now these people are bad people. When do you take accountability and when do you hold yourself responsible?
There, exactly. So definitely when you ask for the help, you need to be different in a way of, because you got to think, you know what, this is my chance to change my life, get things right, do better, and things like that. So
they have to remember, they are not the only people. There are hundreds and hundreds of people who are asking for help. There are so many beds, but people, again, that's why there's protocol.
Mm-hmm.
There's why there's protocol, so they know how many beds and what to do for them. You know what I mean? Because they have different programs and certain programs for certain people.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you don't qualify for this program, they're going to give you this program that you do qualify for, but there's things that you have to do to get into the program. And if you don't want to follow it, then you know what? Apparently you really don't want that help. You either want to sleep in a tent, a car, underneath a tree, in the park.
Under the bench.
That church, that guy was he was
right.
sleeping at the church.
Yep, or under the River Avenue Bridge. Or, I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
They're not there anymore.
I'm kidding. But I mean, like, you know, because I rode my bike down in that area one time, and this guy was, I don't know if he was, what he was doing, but he was like leaning over the railing, either sleeping or something. I don't know. I just saw him one time, and yeah, that's what it looked like. It looked like he passed out, and I wanted to turn around and go be like, "Dude, are you all right?" But I was like, I don't even want to wake him up because how do I know he's going to react? You know, so
that's why when when the city of Holland's having issues because homeless people, especially coming from out of town, they don't, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm not trying to be a dick. I really mean that. But if you mess with somebody who is on drugs or, methamphetamine or whatever,
mm-hmm.
and they're passed out,
yeah,
they wake up, they're violent.
Oh yeah, that's
So
exactly
that's why
what I was
tell
thinking.
people don't mess with the homeless people.
Mm-hmm.
They make people sound like dicks, but they're not being dicks. They're being, there's safety.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
You don't know if that homeless person has a knife. You don't know what they've been through, so they're trying to protect themselves. So you wake them up, they think you're stealing from them. They're gonna,
they're going to react, and that's exactly why I was like, no, I'm going to leave them alone because I don't know what the heck's going on.
Because you don't know what's going to happen. Because I did carry a knife. Because you don't know who's going to try to steal your stuff or try to, booty rape you and whatever. You got to be prepared.
Oh, well, in that matter, I'm going to go wake them up. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean? No, I get it. Because that was the biggest thing was like, because when I lived in Cali, I would walk back and forth to work. And I knew this area that I had to get on the tracks to cross and go to where I was living. And there was always homeless people right there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and you could see, there are tents and camps and everything. And I felt like, man, I hated walking past that area and it was sometimes at night because I would be the closer.
Not only did it stink, but it was ratchet.
Exactly. So it's like
you could smell the drugs,
the
alcohol,
just the disgusting sex that they would have. No, I'm just kidding.
The body odor.
Body odor. So
it does stink.
It gets that way. And thank you, Lisa. Appreciate it. She said people who work nights, the shelters aren't for them because they aren't allowed there during the day, and the curfew is before they get out of work.
To some
places, I think.
To some certain extent, she's correct.
Yeah.
But depending on your situation, again, all depends on the person, their criminal record, how everything's a protocol. So it all depends on what you did. It's how they're going to help you.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember, like I said, walking home and walking past people like that in their homeless shelters and things like that, camps. I literally thought, I'm like, man, hope one of these days these guys aren't like drunk and running towards me and knock me down and freaking rape me or something. I'm dead serious because I didn't know who the heck was out there. And it was like woods and tracks. That's all it was until I got to a point where it ended up being like auto shops and stuff like that. And so I wasn't really scared. I was more of a nervous thing. So it was like nothing against anybody that was in that situation, but
but it's just
safety concerns.
You always got to be on your toes. You don't know people, so you just always got to be prepared.
Exactly. So again,
I'm not saying that all homeless people are mean and.
No, yeah, we're not saying like that. Yeah,
I'm saying that they have to protect themselves because people do try to steal from them, so they have to do what they got to do.
And that's understandable.
That is very understandable.
So, but here's the thing is like, I think what Holland needs to do is build, instead of worrying about these condos and stuff like that.
Those condos was supposed to be for them.
That's what I'm saying. And so,
they underdid the red tape there, buddy.
Yeah. So
because they claimed that they were going to be for the homeless and, the new shelter. But then they're like, oh, our budget is small, can't afford it. Somebody with the higher bank came and swooped it up. But that was
of course.
You know what I mean? That was their little loophole.
Yeah, so of course, and they built it right across the street from the city mission.
Kind of spitting in their face.
Like, exactly. That's exactly what I thought when they built it. I was like, wait a minute. So that's kind of saying, if you do better in life, you can end up here type situation. Like, haha, look at us. You know what I mean? Like, well, but that's the way I took it. That's the way.
In the near future, I can tell you that they are moving to Grand Rapids.
Who?
The mission.
Oh, so they're not going to be in Holland anymore?
No. And any person that is homeless, they will put in jail and put them in until transportation comes to take them to Grand Rapids.
So I wonder who's going to take over that building then.
Don't know. Who knows? They might just tear it down and build loss.
Build more condos that nobody can afford, except for the DeVosses and the. See, because you got your DeVosses and you got your Van Andels. I'm just kidding. That's pretty much Prince people that run Holland, pretty much all of West Michigan. Nothing against their success because they obviously did what they wanted to do.
Well, anyway, my time's up.
But
it's been a half hour.
Yeah, it's already half an hour. I didn't realize that. But either way, so if anybody has don't forget tomorrow night is Paranormal Night.
Oh, we got some good stuff for you.
We do have some footage. Yes, because Marco's downloaded a EVP app that has picked up a lot of good things since he started using it.
Whatever it was, entity, demon, spirit, whatever, said my name.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. All right, everybody, you have a good night. Yes, drive with your headlights on.
It costs nothing to be nice.
Be careful.
Don't be dicks.
Send me $3.62. No, I'm kidding. Everybody have a good night, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Paranormal Night. Babe, I will see you when I get home. Love you. Love everybody. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
And that's it for tonight's episode. Hope you enjoyed. The Ben Herrera and Starlito Show. A Black River Studios podcast. Thanks for watching.